Money can't buy happiness, though having a financial security will definitely ease your anxiety and will offer you a sense of serenity. In today's uncertain world, having a financial stability has never been more important. So creation of emergency fund becomes top one priority to achieve this goal. And today I will share with you how you can build such budget and what actual steps you need to take. My name is Led, and on this channel I'm sharing my knowledge about personal finances, savings and investments. If it is something that you're interested in, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon in order to stay tuned with all latest releases. And now let me share with you the process of building an emergency fund with the help of a detailed example. The very first thing that you will need to do is to figure out how much money you spend, how much money you earn, and how you can create your very first budget. The idea is pretty straightforward. From the last 3 months of time, take average values of spendings that you had from all of your cards, from your cash, and organize it into a short table. If you don't have possibility to gather data from 3 months of time, from the last months, still will be fine. So you just need to organize a table that will show you where do you spend mostly your money. Let me give you a short example. So here you can see 3 main tables. First one is income, where just indicated the salary of a person and some other incomes if he has any. Afterwards, the big table is spendings with all of areas that are commonly used. This is just an imaginary example, so I just have taken the commonly used spending areas that most of us definitely have. Then the last is the very first budget. It's just pretty straightforward. You see only income and the total number of spendings, in order just to understand how much money is left after all of that. As the very first budget, you don't need to create some big tables with a lot of cells, with rows, with columns. Just a small table that will indicate how much money you spend, how much money you earn, and how much money is left afterwards. Though after this step you have an understanding how much money you spend and earn, it's still not enough if you're planning to build an emergency fund. There's one more thing that you will need to do, and it's to categorize all of your spending areas. There are commonly used 2 main areas, 2 main categories. It's needs and wants. Needs on one side is all of your essential spendings, all of your obligations, everything that you should do each month in order to just live, like paying bills, paying rent, paying off the debt, and things like that. On the other side, wants. Wants is something that you can live without or you can skip. It's your hobbies, entertainment, visiting restaurants, hotels, cinema, whatever. Something that you can avoid doing if you don't have that enough money. And now let me give you an example how you can categorize the spending areas that we originally had. As you see, I have added one more column and called it category in order to have ability to separate them. And here you need to figure out which of these areas are needs and which are wants. Let's go from the top. So rent or mortgage is definitely a need. We definitely cannot live without because we need to have a place to live where. Then utilities, it's definitely needs because we need to pay off bills, electricity, water, transportation. I would say in this case it's wants because it's fuel and maintenance. It means that this person has a car, and in worst case he can leave his car at his home and just drive by the use of public transport. Next is food and groceries. Again, it's needs. Then insurance and health definitely needs because, yeah, keep an eye on your health is vitally important for you. Same for that. And lastly, entertainment and hobby. I would definitely say that both of them are just wants. And now as soon as we have these categories, we can extend our budget. Now we can put what are the categories spending areas are needs and which are wants. Now let's summarize all of them. So for needs it will be this one plus this one plus this one and these 2. Okay. And now same for wants. It would be this number plus this and this. Now we have clear understanding how much money we need for living, $2,650. And we can see things that we can live definitely without if we don't want to spend money on it. And it's $900. So having these categories now clearly indicates for us how much money we should have on a monthly basis in order just to live and pay off all of our obligations. Exact number which is in needs category indicates for us a thing that we should use as a starting point in order to build our emergency fund. And now we should set for ourselves a goal, a financial goal of building this fund and start saving money for that. But before we need to answer a question for ourselves. How big this budget should be? How big this fund should be? It shouldn't be just for 10 days, 4 months, or maybe more. There are in general 2 possible budgets. The first budget is 3 to 6 months of living without any income during some economical growth, whether on the country level or on the global market. And the second one is 6 to 9 months of living without any income during the economical downturn, crisis, or recession. And since we're living during the economical crisis, the only option for us is to have a budget for 6 to 9 months of time. As companies continue to lay off its employees, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't change in the nearest future. So we need to have a budget that will definitely cover our living for the worst scenario. And I propose to have 8 months of time for our imaginary example. Let's see how it will look like. Here, as you can see, I have added one more table which called savings. There are only 4 columns. Goal, our financial goal that we are having. Current savings is currently how much money has been already saved for such goal. Then is target savings, how much money is planned to be saved in total for such goal. And lastly is how much money you can dedicate on a monthly basis to such goal. Since we at the moment have only one goal, is to create emergency fund, let's put it here. Current savings 0 because we don't have any savings at the moment. Target savings, as we told previously, it should be 8 months of time without any income. So 8 months multiply by the needs category. So it's $21,200. It's our target goal in order to have an emergency fund that can cover all of our needs during 8 months of living without any income. It's important to understand that. And monthly we can dedicate at the moment only $450 because it's just a subtraction from income, all of the spendings. So let's put it there. So now we do understand how much money on a monthly basis we're dedicating to savings, how much money we've already saved, and what is our target goal. At this point, that would be enough for us to understand our goal and understand how much money we are ready to save for it. Now, when you have your target goal, you know how much money you need to save in total and how much you're able to dedicate on a monthly basis. You need to answer a short question: how you can build such fund faster. In our imaginary example, if you save $400 per month, it would take for you more than 50 months in order to save more than $20,000, which is more than 4 years. And since crisis is ongoing at the moment, you would probably need those money earlier than in 4 years of time. So there are possibly 2 ways how you can increase your budget. The first one is to just spend less. So the less you spend, the more you save. And second one is to earn more. The more you earn, the more you save. In order to reduce your spendings, you need to review once more all of your spending areas, create a monthly budget for each of them, and then see in which of these areas you can reduce that budget without majorly affecting your lifestyle. A good starting point should be a wants categories because it's something definitely where you can reduce your spendings without affecting anyhow your life. Let's get back to our example to see how it all might look like. So I have reused my spending budget, however slightly changed it. I have added 2 more columns, it's planned and difference, to show how much money I am planning to dedicate to exact spending area in the following months, and renamed amount into actual, showing how much actually I've spent in the last months of time. So now let's populate our planned column with necessary data. Let's begin from the top again. So renting or mortgage, I wouldn't change here because it's a needs category and B, it's obligation in front of someone else, so we shouldn't change it anyhow. Same for utilities. Now transportation. Considering this example, I'm using a car, let's say, and I can switch to public transport and save a lot of money on that. And let's do that. Let's say that we would dedicate on a monthly basis only $100 to transportation. Next is food and groceries. I wouldn't change that for now. Insurance and health, same here. That definitely shouldn't change. Entertainment and hobbies. So for entertainment, I definitely can save at least $50 because, yeah, I can just go to the cinema only 2 times in a month, but not 4 times, let's say. So we will put 100 planned budget, and for hobby, let's say, since I have a strong goal to have an emergency budget, I'm ready to cut here in my spendings. And let's say I would keep only $100 per month just to let my hobby continue to work, however, without any major purchases. So now, as you see, I would be able to increase my savings by $600. And as a result, I would put it into the savings category of a budget just to indicate that. So now it would be $1,500 for savings, only $300 for wants, and we anyhow changed our needs, keeping it as it is. So now, instead of 4 years of time to save for emergency fund, it would take only 2 years of time. It's already a big shift, significant shift. However, it's still not the end. It's not the end. You still can find ways how to earn more money. There are tons of ways how you can approach this. For example, you can ask for a salary increase at your current company. Or you can start a side hustle, freelance project, or have any other way of building one more source of income. It heavily depends on your current situation. But if you're interested exactly in starting a side hustle, I advise you to check out my video where I have shared top 11 ways how you can start a side hustle in order to earn more money and save it for your emergency fund. The link will pop on top and I will put to the description section below. Check him out. And the last step is to build a habit. As soon as you receive a paycheck, to put a planned amount of money into a separate saving account that you would use for emergency fund. I advise you to use a separate account for such kind of savings. There are several possible options, for example, to use a high-yield saving account. It is FDIC insured, meaning that even if bank fails, you would still be able to get a principal, as well as provides with a good level of interest rate. The second is money market account. This one has even higher interest rate, however, it's still FDIC insured. And lastly, it's a checking account that has lower rates than for high yield or for money market. So you can pick any of them and store your money there. The only thing I would like to repeat, which is important, is to use emergency fund only for true emergencies, but not for everyday expenses or spendings. And now let me shortly summarize for you how you can build an emergency fund. So the first step is figure out how much money you spend, how much money you earn, and create a short table for that. The second step is to categorize your spendings into needs and wants, in order to clearly understand how much money you need on a monthly basis to live. The third step is to create a budget, create a financial goal that you would need to follow. Just multiply the amount of money that you need by the amount of time when you would need them. The fourth step is to figure out how you can build such fund faster, either spend less or earn more or all together. The fifth step is to create a habit for yourself. As soon as payday comes, just put your money into savings. And the sixth step, is just live a financially better and more successful life. If you enjoyed watching this video, I encourage you to check out another one where I have shared top 8 financial goals that you can set in order to live a better financial life and how you can achieve them. And I much appreciate if you can support my channel by hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. Thank you for watching and see you next time.